Good morning, y'all. It's Jamie here at Homesteading, and it's August, and I just got back from the school run this morning, so it's nice and bright and early. And yes, I took sister in my pajamas this morning, but shh, no one will know. We're gonna run around the yard and show you what's happening in the yard in August. And y'all, it is like 74 degrees out here and there's no humidity, so we're going to take advantage of that. Okay, so we're going to start off in this front garden, and we have been in a drought, a very horrible drought with super high temperatures, so a lot of things are struggling, but that's part of gardening. So anything that dies we'll end up replacing or finding something new to stick there, but we're still enjoying quite a few things. Let's check it out. And yes, there's lots of weeds. That is a pepper vine. And if you get that in your yard, man, take it out as quick as you can. There is a big tree-like root underneath there that we're going to have to dig out to make this stop coming up. But it goes all the way up there. And it is super high and super invasive. Alright, this is just newly planted. It hasn't even been in here a year. Got it half off. It's a pear tree, and then there's one more there. And we went through and pruned them the other day when we did the other fruit tree pruning. So that video should be either out soon or already out. So go take a look at that. And we just did a light summer prune on those just to kind of top them. But look at these lovely zinnias. They are going and going and going no matter what. And I love that they have yellow and lavender in them. Just so unique. I've never seen ones like that before. So I've saved a bunch of heads of that to grow again. And the kitty cats are out with us this morning, being garden kitties. But this one came from a seed pack that I just threw around the base of this tree. And it's doing rather well. And then our lovely crepe myrtle is doing well as well. It's going to need to be pruned back. All of that needs to go. And on to this bed up front. Man, it's really dropped its leaves too. Jane Magnolia. It's dropped its leaves early this year. We've given it some water, but it's about done for now. And that blooms a lovely tulip-looking flower that's purple. I don't know what is going to survive through here. I have a pitcher plant in here, and it's died back. You can see a lot of the zinnias are dying back. There's still a few in there kicking, so this area will be most likely replanted out. All the little lovely things back here. Look, that one's still trying to go. That one hasn't gotten much bigger. It might need a little more sun. But all the little plants through here have died back. Hopefully they come back. Even that lantana is struggling. Even the elderberry is struggling. It's still producing for us. And you'll see I have a sprinkler out here. I've been turning it on low and leaving it for a little while to deep water. Let's check on this guy. This is the clematis that I got my husband. And it's doing alright. I mean, it's got some brown bits, but it's holding on. So it should end up doing alright. And here's the hose. I set it in between most everything over here and let it soak in for a while. And our sunflowers are done for. Doesn't even look like the birds have ever found them. But here is the Mexican sunflower, and a lot of those seed heads, a lot of those flower heads are going to seed. And I'm pretty sure it's best to take cuttings for this. But if you know, let me know, because I have some people that would like me to share with them. And the seeds look rather hardy, so we might try to germinate some of those as well. But they are just lovely, lovely flowers. Nice bright orange. And I use this for chop and drop. I'm going to chop it, and then I'll lay it around my banana plants to give them some food in all their glory this morning. And some of those are probably 10, 12 feet tall. No blooms yet, but I'm still hopeful. Alright, I'm going to hit a couple of things on the front porch for you, and then we'll head to the back. Alright, as you see, we need to finish up the top of this project, but I planted it, and now he has to wait a little bit. We've got some Genovese basil going to seed in here, taking over, y'all. Look how big and lovely that is. And we've really enjoyed that this year. This is the first time I've grown that. These zinnias are looking absolutely amazing. I've got the tiniest little dragon fruit in here that I'm trying to save. Don't know why I stuck it in this planter, but it seems to like it. Even the New Zealand spinach is struggling. The purslane's kicking good though. This is a pecan tree, and even this was struggling. So I pulled it back where it hardly gets any light right now, and it came back. I mean, all the leaves were crispy. It did not like life right then. That is a Nankin cherry, and it seems to be doing pretty good. There are some darkened parts on the leaves, so we'll keep an eye on it. The gooseberry is doing all right now. It really didn't like all that heat, so I have put it back in here where it gets some dappled light. And look at this. The purslane has gone to seed. How cool is that? I've never seen it where it looks like that. But there's teeny tiny little seeds in there. So we like to use that weed, so we'll leave that. This loveliness is a devil's trumpet. It's a purple and white variety. It looks like we're going to get a couple more blooms. It's doing okay. It hasn't had that much issues with the heat. Okay, so you might have heard the dogs were losing it because Mama pulled up and didn't come inside. But anyway, we're out the back now, and I see a loose chicken. I'm going to try to go through pretty quick because there's a lot of things in transition, a lot of things that aren't doing so well, but I'll try to show you a little bit of everything that I've got going on. But this kind of season, you just have to deal with some losses. Y'all hear that? Alright. So that is a white hooker epi, and it has exploded with new growth. It's got some pest damage and looks like it needs some water. But unfortunately, my water hose back here exploded the other day. So I should be getting another one in the mail soon. There's my little string of bananas. It looks like it's doing all right. I'm sure it could use water too. I never did go through and clean out that succulent things, but hey, what have you. Alright, this is what's left of that tray. I've got quite a few to root. And I don't know if I told y'all, but there was a stray cat on here when my dogs came out, and the plants kind of went everywhere, so they didn't really like that. And there's the rest of those. Some agave, some more agave. Some things are doing okay, some things not so much. But look, I don't even know what this is called. Look, there's the dead stem. I had thought this was completely murdered from the freeze, and my husband's work sent me this after my grandmother passed away, and I am so pleased that it's coming back, so I'm going to really watch that. This guy with the lovely leaves, look how big they are, just gorgeous, but even this is suffering from the heat. And I have had this for years, never have any issues, cold or heat. So that tells you how bad it is. Got a little bitty avocado rootstock coming up. Some variegated cannas that need to go in the ground. And have the little snail off of it. There's also this, which desperately needs water. I can't remember the name of it. White flower. I love this flower. Oh well, brain fart. Alright, now over here, this is a guava that I'm trying to let get bigger before I put in the ground. This plant is a beast. I don't even know what it is, but it says I will do jatropha. I got it at a trade and it is loving life. The lemon balm is dead. Hopefully it comes back. It did before. That nun orchid, look at all the little shoots. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and the bigger stalks kind of laid that way. But there's just some lovelies through there. There's an olive that's struggling, and a Rio Grande cherry. It's kind of wonky how its shape is. And then there's a few pomegranates around here, and even the eucalyptus is struggling. Excuse me. My loquat looks all but dead. And there are some elephant ears over there and a passion flower vine, which is the only green you see up there anymore. This is a bay tree, and I just don't know what it wants. Don't know what it wants from me. I know it doesn't like to be standing in water. But if you have information on what I can do with this, do I need to up pot it? I've had it about a year. And I just need to do some research, and I need to figure out what's going on. It's probably heat related, but not much I can do about that. Got some little strawberries propagating. See, these were okay, but the heat got them too, so we're going to get 2 extra plants. Maybe 3. Look at that. One's potting itself in there. Look how cute. Okay. On to the little lovelies. That improved artichoke looks like it's coming up fantastic. I'm going to really have to watch that. They got deep roots. Got a little cherry tomato germinated. Some Napa cabbage. Jalapenos are up. That's awesome, y'all. I'm excited. We'll get some things growing. Alright, in this bin here, I have a toothache plant, which seen better days. Some type of basil. I think this is my lime basil. And then this is a moringa, or the miracle plant. The leaves are like vitamins, so you can dry them, encapsulate them, or just eat them to get your daily vitamins. And from what I've read, they've helped save third world countries. They're able to use it as a crop, and of course use it as nutrition as well. So what a cool plant. Turmeric. It's dying back. It's not as happy as it could be. And through all that funk, can you see the one little pineapple that's doing pretty good? No fruit yet, but I don't blame it. It's too hot to be doing any fruiting. I've got some little papayas here that desperately need to be up potted. They're just in little half-gallon pots. And then some butterfly milkweed that I'm trying not to murder again. This is just driving me crazy. I've got one rhubarb up front, but look at that. There's stinking ants in this. And you're not meant to be able to grow rhubarb here, but it's the middle of August. And I've still got some rhubarb up front. I'm gonna have to get my son to move this. This is one of those giant pots, and I've jacked my neck up enough lately. Give it some dappled light, maybe that'll help. I think it's getting too much right here. Another little pineapple. The daggum ants are trying to take over. Some more papaya. No flowers, no fruit yet. I'm really hoping we get one this year. But even these, I might up pot to the way bigger pots because we can't keep these in ground around here, at least from what I've seen, without a lot of protection. I wonder if our little froggy's still here. Have you seen that short? He's too cute, but he lives in this plant. I don't see him today. He must have been rehomed. This is my lovely Plumeria collection. And no shame in my weed game. They're everywhere and ain't not much I can do about it. Oh, nice! I think the dogs had ran through and broke off these two. And look, y'all, they've got leaves coming up, so they have rooted. Success. Quite a few of these were given to me, so I don't know what colors they are. I'm hoping they'll all bloom. This is a new bloomer this year. And it's a very, very small plumeria, so I don't know the variety, but I'll end up writing on the stick what color it was so I know in spring what I have in case I'm wanting to share. Some taro suffering, that probably should also be moved. But I really like growing that. So this trellis is not covered this year, unfortunately, and I don't know if I'm gonna get any cuckoozy squash. I need to try to insert a picture here of what it looked like last year, this whole area. But we do have some birdhouse gourds growing for sure, and there's another little one right back there, and these are doing all right. The chickens kicked up my cuckoozy squash multiple times, so I can't even tell. I thought there was some, but right now I can't even tell if we have any. I think it went on that side, so we'll just have to figure it out. This whole area is struggling, mainly gingers, and I did have some trumpet plant. That ginger's doing pretty good. My variegated gingers, they're doing all right. It gets dappled light back here. Look, angel trumpet. It's seen better days. And even my root beer plant is not having it this year. So I've got to get my water hose. It should be in the mail today. My water hose busted back here. My water hose busted out back, and my nozzle up front started spraying water everywhere. So I'm in the middle of a drought, waiting on Amazon to deliver my stuff to rescue my plants. And hopefully that will be tonight for both, because there's a lot of things that need some water. Alright, this is how the rose garden looks at the moment. The 4 o'clocks are doing alright. Ooh, that's nice. These weeds are dying. You know it's bad when your weeds are dying. But unfortunately, either way, it's I have killed, most likely, my comfrey plant. Is that even possible? I parted it out and shared it with somebody recently, so I don't know if that killed it or if me forgetting to water it killed it, or if it's really killed. So let me know. I mean, this whole section was full of comfrey. Oh yeah, the asparagus have their little berries on them, their little seed pods. So hopefully they'll finish that up soon. I don't know about you, but I love whacking this back and reclaiming my area. Plus, I could have garlic all on the other side that they have taken over. I don't know about you, but I seem like I always need more beds. I need more places to grow things. And we have some reclaimed materials that we're planning on making some more of these raised beds with. But who wants to do that when it's 100 and something degrees outside? So fingers crossed we'll be able to get some more beds in this fall. We have big plans coming up, so y'all stay with us. If you want to see what those are, please hit subscribe. I appreciate every moment you spend with me. And if you're new here, thank you so much. Please watch another video or share it with somebody you like, or don't like for that matter, but somebody who would enjoy this type of content. hit like, leave me a comment, all those things. We are going to just finish up this last little bit and then we'll be done. Alright, this is just some plastic pallets. I have a palm tree here. I have the Pride of Barbados in here, which I desperately need to plant, but I can't because of the weather. And not that you can see. Let me try to move some of these grass. That's grass. That's just insane. But I have some Egyptian walking onions in here. Maybe I'll leave the grass to shade them for a little bit. But this tree needs to be in the ground as well, and that's an olive I've had for a few years. I also need to read more care about olives because I'm sure I should have had fruit by now. But you see this little white impatient? That has volunteered in the ground underneath. So I'm absolutely pleased, so pleased about that, because that should be an annual. But it has reseeded itself. And this is Siam Queen Basil. It's an improved variety of the Thai basil. You might be able to see there's a little prickly pear cactus in there. Some just regular onions. And then my 2 raised beds and the watering trough. Let's take a look at those. We'll start on the left. And my family was so excited when I told them I planted these. So excited. That's canary melon. And hopefully we get a nice good harvest of that. And hopefully I can plant in here in between it as well. I can't tell if that's that invasive plant or a bean. Ooh, I think it is. I've got to keep this out of my yard. I love the leaf and the foliage, but it's I can't remember, Asian Morning Glory, I believe is what it's called, and it's just in the soil that I'm getting the manure. But look, there's even a little flower right there, and I've got a few fruit as well, so we're excited. And I've just left these. I don't know why. I guess time or energy or both. But oddly enough, they've been tasting like broccoli and not bitter at all. And then I have a bunch of eggplant plants. And I'm finally getting eggplant. But not all of them. And there's a lot of damage. And I was looking around trying to figure out what was causing it, but I haven't seen anything. There's frass and holy leaves. And that, I just don't know. If you know what that is, let me know. I'm going to still try to figure it out. And how come I've seen everybody else's standing straight up in the bed just fine, but mine are falling over, and I've got some sticks in there holding some of them up. It's not the best setup, but we also don't love eggplant. So if I get a few, that's something. Let me go around the other side so you can see. Okay, that's got to be the Aswanda eggplant. I'll show you the label, because it is supposed to be a huge purple eggplant. Aswad eggplant? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's supposed to be big and lovely, so I'm hoping to at least get a couple of those. I should have a Casper in here and an orange if the chickens haven't demolished them. This is lovely little Vicks plant. Some basil that's not doing that great, which I'm surprised it hasn't gone to seed. But look at the size of this Vicks plant. It's gotten a little crazy. I think it needs a haircut. I'd like to preserve this some way. And it smells just like Vicks Vapor Rub does. And I know it's medicinal, but I don't know how to make something from it. I know you're supposed to like mix it with stuff. I don't know. I have the instructions, but I don't know how to do it. So if you know how to make a vapor rub from Vicks plant, please tell me. This is a Genovese basil as well, and I've been just keeping the seed pods popped off this one. And I think I'm gonna make some tea out of this tonight or tomorrow. Back to my porch real quick to show you my very, very sad and dehydrated variegated pink lemon. Like I said, everything needs water really bad. That's the Cuban oregano. This seems to be handling it pretty well. I have some Okinawa spinach here. It also had to be moved out of the sun. A Meyer lemon tree, which I don't see any fruit this year. I did get one fruit off of it last year. It was its first year. I think I might need to uppot it. I did get some fertilizer, so hopefully once it's fall I can uppot it, because I have to protect that over winter anyway. I always forget what this is. Yarrow. And it's just kind of limping along. Give me some info about yarrow. Should I have it in the ground? I do get hot, humid temperatures, and I do get some hard freezes, even though it's not common, but it's becoming common. And that's apple mint, green apple mint, and it is my favorite. And some lemongrass down there. Okay, so this is the next bed, and I know it might be weird to have a chair in there, but there's a reason. That chair is providing this plant with a little bit of shade, and it helps deter my chickens from jumping up in there. So it's got a purpose at the moment. And I think we'll go around this way because I saw this little guy yesterday. Isn't it cute? And this is, again, the canary melon. So I've got about 3 or 4 plants. And look. He's hiding. Let's see if I can take you around the other side. Are you camera shy? That is an assassin bug. And that is what you want in your garden. So don't kill those. And look at all the daggum ants. I don't know why there's so many ants. I guess they're just looking for food. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. That ain't very good. Alright, let's head down this way. You can see that melon has reached its way all the way through here on my peppers. So we're just going to redirect it a little bit out of the bed. And I think this is another Genovese basil. But like I said, my chickens came through and kicked things, so I don't have all my labels, especially for these peppers. And look how tiny these are getting. I think these are banana peppers. They could be another variety. I'm just picking all the peppers at the moment because they're getting smaller and smaller right now. I have fertilized them. I know this is a bell pepper because bell peppers have grown from it. And yeah, this is about the size banana pepper I'm getting right now. So I'm just chopping them all up and putting them in a freezer bag in my sweet pepper bag. And they will just be used anytime I would have used a sweet pepper. But still getting quite a few fruit. Lots of lovely things. And then this is jicama seed pods, and they are finally starting to turn. And I'm so excited because I've tried to grow this for a couple of years now. I want to save the seed to grow it some more and hopefully be able to have a harvest of the jicama. And that's a good 3 inches around, and that one's about 4. And there's a few more in here that are small, but I wanted to make my own seed, save the seed, and hopefully eat the vegetable as well. But the seeds are expensive. You only get a few in a pack. So I definitely think I'll be making the seed this year, and then if I get the fruit too, that'll be a bonus. Alright, so there's some more basil in here. Most likely Genovese or holy basil. But again, I don't know. Chicken drama, chicken troubles, etc. I That's what it looks like on this side. It has made its way all the way down to the ground, which is fine by me. But let me show you what is next, and I have never had this happen before. Okay, we live in a hot, humid area that usually rains all summer, and you can see this tomato plant has been ravaged by hornworms. Well, at a certain point, I stopped getting tomatoes, and they just all get disease and die back like that one. But y'all, they are green. Even the top of this one is green. And there's even flowers. Every single one of them has flowers again. Every single one. If it's green, it's got flowers. If it's still got disease, it's got flowers. Look. I've never, ever. Look. I've got another tomato. I have never had tomato plants start producing again. We have to start tomato plants again. Look at that fasciated blossom. Ever. So I just had left this mess and started some more tomatoes, thinking there ain't no way I'm gonna get any more fruit. But look, I might not have to do as much of work, but now I have extra tomatoes that I ain't gonna know where to put. I guess I can fill in some gaps, but y'all, I'm gonna have extra free tomatoes. No effort tomatoes. Tomatoes of just procrastination. Procrastination tomatoes. Yeah, usually the peak of summer, our tomato plants die back from disease around here. So one positive thing from having no rain is your tomato plants don't die. That's interesting. That's good to know. Alright, so I've got about 1.5 rows of okra right here, and this is Texas Longhorn okra, and they have been producing like crazy. And I don't know if you'll be able to tell on there, but there are some aphids starting, and the ants are coming through biting holes and everything. Let me get this okra before they do. And this is a teeny tiny baby. I have another video that shows you how long longhorn okra can be. And if you like getting more okra than teeny tiny ones, this is definitely the variety for you. It is not spineless. Yeah, look at all that. I'm gonna have to get some soapy water on them because I want as much okra as possible. Alright, just have a little lemon basil here, and there was 3 tomatillo plants. It looks like I'm down to 1 and a bit. So again, I think my tomatillos is going to fail. I think I need to have them in more sun, but I'm not really sure. I just struggle with this. And now it's all diseased and holy because I'm not paying attention to it anymore. Alright, so for now that is it. We'll hit up the orchard another day. I'm going to probably gather some seeds because I am going to do a seed giveaway because we hit 100 subscribers. And I have quite a few seeds to share, so I'd love to share those with somebody who's interested in either expanding their garden or planning to start their garden this coming spring. And I'd like to share the love, and I appreciate all of y'all's love for supporting this channel. So thanks again, and I will see you on the next one. Love you, bye-bye.